this is just sad. Conor Murphy recently just passed away, and seemingly there was something deep and dark and possibly demonic about this all. He's the guy who was a fitness influencer, very, very popular in 2016. Oh my goodness, I watched a lot of his videos. Yeah, in 2016, 10 years ago. Oh my goodness, that's a long time. But recently, you can see just the complete stark contrast and change in his life as he started to deal with ayahuasca. He started to do hallucinogenic drugs. Things just took a downhill from there, and I think it's kind of demonic, gotta say. But it's just sad that he passed away. But here's the reality. We're gonna be diving deep into this, seeing if there's an underlining demonic thing that happened.
Conor Murphy has passed away at just 32 years old. Now, Conor at one point was one of the biggest fitness influencers in the entire space, but obviously things have changed with him in the past 5 years, experimenting with recreational drugs, steroids, and seemingly mixing that with an unstable headspace. And this all happened in Bangkok, Thailand, where witnesses said that he was praying and acting very strangely on the streets. His girlfriend also saying that he was acting crazy all night prior. And when police were called and Conor saw them, he panicked and jumped right into the deep lake and swam far out, and unfortunately became too exhausted to keep his body afloat.
That is just so sad. Like, he had to be on something. He wasn't right mentally. Like, I saw some of his videos. I'm like, what in the world? Like, what does he think he's doing? Yeah, I'm thinking, like, what in the world does he think he's doing? Does he think like this is a good idea? I have no idea. And it was just sad. Like, there's some things that he was doing. He was trying to like be like a Looksmaxxer, and we're gonna dive into some more disturbing details later on.
Drowned in the lake, and his body was actually later recovered. And the police investigated more into this afterwards, and they found his rental home vandalized with paint. It was just a complete mess. And this actually wasn't the first time that this happened. 2 years ago, Conor ended up just destroying a villa, and this is actually footage from when that happened. And these are also photos that were taken at the lake and also the rental home. His body will now be sent for further examination, and this is real. I know that in the past that Conor has lied about doing things pretty much just for clicks, but this is very sad and an unfortunate passing. And again, it's just a case where gear and recreational drugs were mixed together for a long period of time, and something bad happened. Rest in peace to Conor Murphy, one of the first people that I remember coming across when I started my fitness journey.
Yep. Yeah, he definitely was doing that. So now we're going to go to Greg Doucette talking about the weird stuff that he was doing. And I think this is something that we as people need to be aware of and need to learn and not get caught up in. So this is crazy.
I wish this was all made up. I wish this was some kind of a scam, that it wasn't actually true. But unfortunately, he has in fact passed away. And he did so by drowning in a lake.
So Conor passed away in Bangkok. I'm in Pattaya. I'm 2 hours south. I didn't drive up there. I last saw Conor, maybe it was like 10, 11 days ago, something like this.
Tony Huge has made a very lengthy video about this. I've watched the video, and frankly, he talked more about how Conor Murphy was injecting gold into his body than anything else, that he was trying to be a superhuman.
Like, this is what I'm talking about. There's something not right with him. But first, it started with him doing hallucinogenic drugs, ayahuasca, and that's the problem.
And he had the hypothesis that gold, if you can get it into every cell in your body, would have some special power of like conductivity of the electro pulses that go through the body, and also connect you to the metaphysical world.
And so I certainly hope that there is.
You hear that? The metaphysical world? This was spiritual. This was demonic. There was something not right with him. I'm going to show you guys what he was doing in his videos.
It's not a trend going on where social media influencers are somehow faking their deaths. There's a line that I don't think that we should be crossing, and that in line, it involves pretending that you're no longer with us.
He had just injected a very large amount of gold. He was titrating up his gold dosage for a while now, and he was becoming, some people would say he was becoming more abnormal than even his normal self.
He also messaged how he's a great actor. And so throughout the video, I was thinking, is this like Nocturnal Kent? Am I going to be duped yet again? Conor Murphy is notorious for staging certain events, and I was in fact friends with him in private. When I talk to him, I say, hey, great acting. That was really funny. You're very impressive. I don't know how you can speak as eloquently as you do. And so I really did enjoy his videos, his character. Some of the things I obviously didn't agree with, but he reasoned things out and made me feel like he was very intelligent.
I think the only mistake was probably the gold. And I think that when he...
The only mistake. What about the ayahuasca? What about the drugs? Like trying to do psychedelics and all of that stuff. Eventually, it's going to lead you down the wrong path and you're going to not be okay. I think there's something so supernatural about this as well that a lot of people won't see. He dove into the cult, and a lot of that stuff is demonic, inherently demonic.
Used a small amount of gold. I think he did develop some powers. And
Really?
then when the gold dosage went up, I think something started misfiring in his brain.
And so this, in fact, did make mainstream news. American man goes on rampage painting luxury home worth 22 million baht. In case you're wondering, the conversion rate, it's 4 cents is $100 Canadian, so about 3 cents USD. And so it's worth like $750,000. I was thinking, is he actually that rich? 22 million baht is about $750,000. It's still a very nice home, in particular where he was living. And it says, then runs into a village lake and dies. Tony Hughes says that he was an avid golfer, that he was trying to develop the best golf swing in the world to drive the balls further than last time, and that he was experimenting with microdosing gold, like literally.
Like, I've never even heard of this before. I've heard this weird theory that gold could cure cancer if somehow you got it into your system. I don't even know how that would work, but I don't know. Eventually, like, those things where it's not meant to be goes down and it gets to you. But the main thing is he had to be on something. He couldn't be mentally right, at least. And for him to swim out into a lake and then drown is so disturbing. Sad.
Gold into his body.
You can hear him hinting at it in some of his content, and when he's showing his skin, one of the things he's trying to show is that he's achieving this golden glow on his skin. His goal was to take enough to where the skin would change color and be visibly noticeable, that he was like translucent, sparkly with gold or something like that.
I was thinking this was all staged. It was a joke as I was watching Tony Hughes, but now I'm thinking it's actually real. And so I was going to say, well, if you inject too much gold into your body, your density is going to go up and you're going to drown. But it doesn't fully hit when this wasn't staged. It wasn't a joke. It wasn't an act. And so perhaps he wasn't actually acting. Like, all these years, when I was thinking Conor Murphy was acting, remember he went on that 40-day fast where he hadn't eaten anything for 40 days. He lost about 40, 50 pounds. And we all remember that incident with his girlfriend with the golf club, and he'd gone a little bit over the rails and destroyed a lot of that property. I believe that he had an implement put into his stomach.
What?
And I don't want to get the video demonetized. And so a lot of things have happened.
I think this
we once
also
thought he was going to end.
I think this also has to do with being transhumanism, thinking that your body's not good enough, thinking that you need to literally become something else to create a hybrid sense of yourself. And that's where it's dangerous as well.
Himself, he had been on ayahuasca, and so we don't really know when Conor is faking things, doing things for drama, when things are staged or when it's real. Based on what I'm seeing, this is no joke. And so after painting the entire interior of a luxury rental home, causing extensive damage before running into the village lake where he drowned, his girlfriend stated she did not know the cause, while the homeowner was shocked and never expected to encounter such a scene. And so this has just happened.
Wow.
3 p.m. on July 7. Received a report of a foreign man acting erratically and jumping into the lake of a luxury village in Bang, Philly district. He, along with emergency doctors from that area hospital and volunteers from Po Tek Tong Foundation, rushed to the scene. The scene was a luxury house situation situated next to a large pond. And so he was living next to this pond, next to this golf course. And divers were searching for the missing person before finding the body of Conor Michael Murphy, age 32, an American, about 20 meters from the shore. They recovered the body for examination on land. No wounds or signs of assault were found. The police sent the body for further autopsy at the hospital. And so this was caught on film. They have video footage of this.
What?
A village staff member showed the foreign man suddenly exhibiting erratic behavior without knowing the cause. Oftentimes when you see this, you've got to be thinking, is he using recreational substances? Was he experimenting with various protocols? Or was this just an event onto its own? Sometimes people experience different results. They go into a...
Man, anytime something that causes you to do something that is harmful to your body has to be demonic. Like, I get there's mental issues sometimes. I get that there are like weird things that your body does, but there could be a spiritual force behind that. Like, why in the world when you go on drugs, you only do harmful things to your body? You don't do nice things. You don't take care of your body. No, you do the opposite. You do things that are counterintuitive. You do things that are self-destructive. That's why I say it's demonic. Whether it's literal demons doing something or causing him to do something, it's demonic because of the outcome.
Certain state, psychosis, if you will, and you never know what's going on. We've seen, for example, the Liver King doing some erratic behavior. And so is it possible that he was experimenting on himself using recreational substances and it led to this? Security personnel at the village reported that the man went out and returned by a hired vehicle, which stopped at a security checkpoint. He offered the driver 1,000 baht, so like, I don't know, $20, $50, whatever. But the driver refused due to the man's abnormal behavior. If you're refusing the $40 or $50, then there probably is a reason for that. The man approached a resident's car passing by, knocked on the window to get a ride inside, while security shouted, "Don't pick him up!" The man then became agitated, shouting loudly and rolling on the road.
What?
Making gestures as if praying to God. Remember, Conor is a gifted actor, and so this could all have been an act. It could have all have been staged, but drowning in a lake, it is not the desired outcome. When police patrol arrived, he fled into the village and jumped into the lake to swim. And so perhaps he was trying to evade the police, escape. Hey, if I have people chasing me and I'm a good swimmer, I'm going to go and jump into the lake. What are they going to do? How are they going to catch me? Police called for backup and rescue teams as they could not control him. Eventually, he exhausted himself and drowned. And so the irony, I mean, if you're a fitness influencer and you're healthy, and you go to escape or evade the police, and you go into a lake, and you get too fatigued and you drown, this does not say too much about you. Now.
Yeah, there's something else going on. Like, if you could swim, you could last in the water forever. You could just lay on your back. You're not going to drown. Like, not unless it's some crazy weather out there and it's raining and there's a storm and the waves are too big. Like, there's no way you should drown. Pretty simple that you could just lay on your back and float if you know anything. That's why something is not right. Seems like just what do the pigs do? They throw themselves into the water and drown, like the Bible talked about. I'm not saying that he was possessed. I'm saying that you're under the influence that's allowing the spiritual things to happen.
If you are in fact intoxicated, perhaps with alcohol or recreational substances, it's very difficult to swim. Now, if you're thinking, well, why didn't they save him? Would you jump into the water, perhaps by yourself, to go and help somebody who's a little bit psychotic, is acting in erratic behavior? They could, in fact, push you down and drown yourself.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to save someone, even if you're an excellent swimmer. Remember, I was on a swim team. I am able to swim very, very well, but to save a man, perhaps 200 pounds, who's panicking, they may not only drown themselves, but take you with them. When it's life or death and you are in front of you, they can pull you down like no other. And Conor was a very strong man. And so Conor Murphy's girlfriend, age 22, had been with him for about 3 years. But they were living separately because of incompatible lifestyles. Not everyone wants to live in the same casa as their partner.
Wow. Like, this is so, again, when they had The Exorcist come on their show, he talks about what are a sign of demonic influence. A crazy, disgusting house. I'm not saying that every time one has a messy house, that means they're demonic. My house is kind of messy right now. I need a clean. But there's something that it does to you.
Don't like that, and so perhaps they had a great relationship, but from afar. She has no clue as to why the erratic behavior came about suddenly, and she says she never saw him use drugs during their time together. Now, listen, you don't have to see somebody to do something to know that they're actually doing it. I had once dated a girl who says she dated somebody who was addicted to smoking the marijuana. She didn't know it. It took 3 months. I'm thinking, how did you date that person and never know he was doing it? Wouldn't you smell it? I mean, I would assume that you were. But people can do things in secret away from you. I know people are using the cocaine, they're doing math, addies, and so on, and they're not telling their significant other. They get away with it in secret. And so just because you've never seen with your eyes them taking those medications or those substances doesn't mean that they are not. The vandalism with Pate happened during the previous night while she was asleep, and he refused to sleep. Did he refuse to sleep, or could he not sleep? Was he in a state of mania? What exactly was going on?
Could be.
I do not know. Investigators from the police station searched the house and the deceased car, and they did find 2 unused syringes on the front driver's seat and unidentified white pills in the seat's waist bag. And so it's very likely that he was injecting or swallowing something.
Yeah.
And so the rescue team will send the body for further examination to determine the exact cause of death, including drug testing. And so I'm certain we will find out more. We will find out exactly the root cause of the problem.
And the consensus was that I should make a video right now before a bunch of rumors and people think it's a stunt or something like that, because especially of who Conor Murphy and his character is.
And so remember, Tony Hughes is friends with this guy. He's also friends with various people who have passed away in his past. And so he's either got the worst luck in the world in choosing friends, or we just got to get the hell out of Thailand.
Conor is such a interesting guy and very unique and such a prankster that a lot of times with Conor, you don't know whether something's real or not. So even my brain is like, oh, this is all a trick. This can't be real.
You have to wonder, was this in fact staged? And so Tony Hughes is out to say this isn't staged. And so if we were to find out in a few days that this isn't real, most certainly people are going to say, Tony, like, bro, like, is this not a new low? We don't want people to pretend, because it's like when you cry wolf. Hey, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. Well, you got...
Yeah. See, like, this was his channel. He was just doing crazy stuff. R.I.P. Elon Muscular. Like, this is his shorts, what he was doing. Like, this is his house.
Crikey, I think there are more dragons in these waters. Oh, I think it's water. Oh, crikey! Oh, crikey, I think there are more dragons.
Un fils, comment? Un enfant? Tu as eu un enfant, mais tu m'as rien dit.
Ah non, non, j'ai...
You married, bro?
That's the weird stuff he's doing. So, man, chasing fame is not worth it. At the end of the day, it will only leave you in a place of self-destruction. It's never going to satisfy. I'm sure he had all the money in the world, all the things that it could offer, but it still left him unsatisfied. It still left him in a place where he wanted more and more, and it did a toll on him. There's a verse in Proverbs that talks about inheritance gained too fast is like destructive, but one that takes a long time is good, you know? So, I don't know. We got to be praying. Pray for his family, pray for the people who knew him, that were close to him, that they will seek Jesus and put Jesus first more than anything else. Well, guys, love and appreciate you all. Have an amazing day, and God bless.